Wow, we are at an hour, 55 minutes right now. Good God. It's going to turn you off because you're not responding at all. Okay. Things That Will Burn in Hell, number 99. Sacred Be Americana.
From Loitering in Wonderland Studios. With Phoenix West.
Hello, citizens. Welcome to the second to last episode of Things That Will Burn in Hell from the original run of 100. This is episode 99, obviously. By math, you figured that out, I assume. So, welcome to the show. Today's episode is Sacred Be Americana, and I feel like this is going to be a very divisive episode. Divisive, if you're a fucking douchebag. This is, or British, same thing. But the point is, it's going to be it's kind of a lighthearted attack on American culture because we think we're so fucking sacred. I don't get it, though. Let's just go ahead and go to the book before I get angry. Things That Will Burn in Hell, number 99, Sacred Be Americana. The following is a lighthearted attack on American culture. It's a bit preachy, but I meant it as sarcastic. Want to be patriotic? Go right ahead. I don't think anyone will stop you. I'll play along, but I draw the line when the symbols become more important than the idea. If you want to hold your hand to your heart and recite some bland saying or sing a song, then go for it. However, I won't feel bad if I choose not to join in. It just seems creepy to me. I feel like I'm worshipping some piece of cloth or some idea I don't endorse. I like America. It has some great parts to it, but do you really think the flag has anything to do with it? It's just a flag so other countries recognize us. That's all that flags do. I've heard people say that they won't burn a flag if they're asked to. When they liquidate stores that are closing, they destroy all the merchandise, including the flags. It seems nobody will do the job sometimes. What the fuck? You're not personally destroying America, you're just burning a piece of cloth. The point that it's sold in stores proves that it's not sacred. Personally, I'd have no problem doing that deed. I think I can handle the stain on my soul. What the hell is so sacred about this country anyway? We're overfed yet malnourished. We have more McDonald's restaurants than schools. Do not fact check that. We're insanely overweight and watch bullshit TV that involves supermodels competing against each other. We're insanely overweight and watch bullshit TV that involves supermodels competing against other supermodels as if the outcome really mattered to anyone. We produce the most cookie cutout movies of all time and expect people to bow down to our excellence with every nonchalant endeavor we face. We've been around long enough to undermine every single reason for starting this country in the first place, and yet, a piece of cloth is sacred. So no, I won't stand during the Pledge of Allegiance, and I won't face the flag with my hand on my heart during the Star-Spangled Banner. Not because I hate America, but because I just don't want to. It feels like I'm worshipping some alien overlord. It's just an unnecessary ritual we all partake in to feel united and special. However, it's just an attempt to keep us faithful to America. I remember one year for the NBA All-Star Game, when people were very upset that the Canadian national anthem came on before the American national anthem. What the fuck logic does that make? Proving that as Americans, we think we have to come first in everything. The point of playing both the anthems is that there's a basketball team located in Toronto. Why the fuck does it matter whose anthem is played first? What an insult to America. Grr, I'm angry. It's like we're all bred to believe that the symbols are more important than what they represent. Fuck that. How about I make my own flag and hang it everywhere? Then maybe I'll salute it. That's the only way I'll do it. I think my flag would look like this. All hail Phoenix West! And I'm still angry, but we're back from the book. So let's talk about Americana, our pop culture, and how, or just our regular culture really, and just in general, how we view ourselves, which is incredibly fucking sacred. We can't talk about anything. Not in a PC way. I'm not talking about that. That's a whole separate issue, which I'm talking about in the next 100 probably. But we're talking about like our fucking national anthem. I talked about this a lot in the Colin Kaepernick episode of Americana, which I think is episode 7. Go watch that video. It's one of the highly rated videos on LAW Studios. Go check that out. It's on the YouTube page. So I won't tread the same old ideas. So let's just talk about in general. We won't go specific with that, but why do we think our fucking theme song and our flag are so fucking sacred? It's just a piece of cloth and a fucking song. And I don't want to hear about like the soldiers died for those. No, they fucking didn't. They died for America, the land, the people, the way of life. They didn't die for the fucking piece of cloth. They didn't die for a fucking song. That song doesn't represent soldiers. The flag doesn't represent soldiers. I wholeheartedly support is the word I meant. Support our fucking troops. I really goddamn do. But I don't fucking support worshiping a fucking flag. That seems a little like false idolhood to me. It seems a little fucking bizarre and culty and weird and alienish. And it just seems goddamn bizarre, and I don't want any fucking part of it. So when Colin Kaepernick takes a knee during the theme song, I don't think that has anything to do with soldiers. That song is not for soldiers. It's not our moment to go, yes, soldiers, because they don't go, they always do the, in honor of our national fucking military, please take off your hats, because again, George Carlin thing, why the fuck do I take off our hats? But none of it makes any sense. I know I'm all over the place right now because I'm trying to figure out where I want to attack my anger with, but I don't give a shit about taking my fucking hat off inside when we're singing a goddamn song together, looking at a piece of cloth and like, it's weird. It's weird to me because I just go, what are we doing? That's just a piece of cloth that was made probably in China. Some dude hung that. Like a bunch of guys got up on like scaffolding and hung that thing 14 years ago when this place was built. And when they'll tear it down, they'll move the flag over the next one. And it's just some cloth that someone made out of like polyester or some bullshit. Or like some sort of weird synth material. It's not sacred. It's not sacred at all. I feel the same thing about your religions. I don't give a shit about them. Feel free to practice whatever you want, but I don't have to give a shit. I don't have to give a shit, and I won't. You can't make me give a shit about this sort of shit. It's all shit, in case I haven't made my point clear enough. I don't fucking care. I support people who do things. I don't support things that are just there, that someone fucking made and threw up and like, oh, it's so sacred that someone made that. You know who's a fucking hero? Pat Tillman. Guy gave up fucking everything and sacrificed himself. That's a fucking hero. The flag had nothing to fucking do with it. The theme song had nothing to fucking do with it. That's all this like fanfare around it. That has nothing to fucking add to the story. Has nothing to goddamn do with it. If you want me to stand up and say like, and just like have a moment of silence for Pat Tillman, I'll fucking do that. That I get, because that's just respect. But I don't want to bring flags or songs into the mix. That's just adding unnecessary components to this whole fucking bizarre ritual we're doing. But like, that's just kind of honoring the person. The person is goddamn real. The person stood for something. The person is this. The person's that. The flag, the song, nothing. That doesn't really even exist. We could change it. If we changed our flag, if we added Puerto Rico to the flag and added a 51st star in that sumbitch, would we be like, fuck that 50-star flag, it's a piece of shit now? No, we'd replace it. We would replace it. We wouldn't tear it down like an aggression, but we'd replace it, and now that flag's sacred. That's how you know it's fucking made up and it's bullshit. But even when we add Puerto Rico on the mix, Pat Tillman's still a fucking hero. Pat Tillman still is important. That has nothing to do with him. Adding a fucking state has nothing to do with him. This isn't that old, this whole 50 state thing. This isn't that old. It really isn't, and we're acting like it's fucking sacred. But where else was I going to go with that? So let's put a pause here. Let's put a little pause. There's one thing I wanted to get to. What was it? Nope. Just going to end it. Go to liwstudios.com. Check out the podcast. Check out the videos. youtube.com/loiteringinwonderland. LloydTurnerWonderland@gmail.com, patreon.com/LloydTurnerWonderland Studios. Just so you guys know, that's not really there in real life. That's just letters I put on afterwards. They're vector based. They're not real. I don't see letters floating right there. That'd be weird. So I don't have them memorized. So I just kind of stare off. I probably should have wrote them on the whiteboard that's right behind the camera. But instead I'd have like all my episode listings. I'll show you here in a second. But I probably should have wrote the plugs there so I don't ever forget them. But no. Check out our Patreon subscribers' profile and their show and everything. The Indie Sports Car Podcast. That's there, right? That should be like, I don't have, even my fucking monitor's not working, but it's like down here. It's like down, like right, it's usually somewhere here-ish, somewhere there-ish. Go check them out. Until next time, and in the meantime, I'll be protecting America in hell. The hell has their own flag, though, so I'm going to fight to replace it. The hell flag is very sacred because it's made up just like the fucking flag is. That made sense if you think about it. Really think about it. Really think about it. I guess I'll fulfill my promise here. Here we go. Yep. We've done 742 episodes of LIW Studios. 100 for Things That Burn in Hell right there. You see that? I don't know if my finger's in the way. Yep. That's what's on my Walking Dead ones. And then cliche word count down there. That's a little spoiler there for the cliche when that comes out. Anyway, get the fuck out of here. What are you doing here? Why are you hanging around for a studio tour? That's weird. All hail Phoenix West. All hail Phoenix West.